Oh my gosh, it's me. Hello, hello. I'm here, back at it again with the epilogues, and going to be finishing those tonight. The um fella we had reading Dirk's lines not available tonight, so we get to hear my wonderful interpretation on how Dirk should sound. Yes. Okay. I was told this should be relatively quick, like for being three epilogues. But other than that, should probably get right into it. Oh, I need to say, vote for Gab as battle. I didn't update the image. He's going up against. I forgot who they were. Huh? The Croaker? Yeah, the Croaker. The Croaker and some Tomodachi looking guy. Hmm. I got everything up. I do. I'll just get right into it. Okay. Bum. Okay. Do I have everything going? I do have everything going. Perfect. Okay. So, epilogue 7, I believe, is where we're at. Yes. Uh, page 38. Meet. I don't know if it's called a page still, but chapter. It's a chapter. So, hmm. Hmm. But before we get completely out of dodge, there's one more trifling matter I'd better take care of. It's a big day. Let's zoom in. But no one, but no one, but not one, my dear brothersome and his irascible, irascible, irascible. Oh, I'm playing Homestuck Island right now. It's very, and right now anyway, it's final time. Scribble. Irascible. Okay, irascible. Ha. Thank you. It's a big day, but not one my dear brothersome and his irascible boy wife seem to be relishing. Dave and Karkat both squatting in their shameful bunker of defeat. All the curtains drawn shut so that the sunlight cannot disturb an atmosphere that was carefully cultivated to facilitate their sourpuss moping. The only illumination The only illumination is emanating from their television screen, which broadcasts the bright and sunny scene of Jane's inauguration. She stands at a podium in front of a crowd of thousands of her adoring fans and subjects, belting out one killer speech. I wrote it, so you know it's good. But the mood in here is heavy. I think they've been coasting on denial for a while, but today is the day they have to finally accept that there are no takebacks, no do-overs. Jane is the president, and that's that. Karkat all balled up on the couch as he stares hatefully at the televised production. He doesn't look up when Dave walks back into the room carrying two massive bottles of liquor. Oh my god, it's Dave. Oh, Shanackle. There we go.
I swear, could this day possibly get any stupider?
You're a meshy. You're a meshy.
You're a meshy.
Hey,
Oh,
Kalapara,
you're
you're conscious. I'm not used to that.
That was a cheap shot last time.
and I was only knocked out
For a little bit.
Love those guys. Oh, I got a new mouse, and I guess the clicks are louder. I didn't realize that. Okay, I guess I will fully use this one on my knee, on my leg.
You're a meshy. Hey, want to get drunk?
Yeah, it'd be like that. Huh?
Huh? I went and got all this fucking booze. You got booze? Yeah, check it. You actually went and got it. Like you literally left the house and exchanged currency with a real, live person to obtain alcohol. Yeah, I walked into the boozery all pigeon-toed and embarrassed. Like some fucking hooch noob. Was all like, yo, what's up? The most pathetic thing you got to drink yourself to death with. The boozery? Passed right by the box wine, the bagged wine, the shots they put in those little blister packs by the register. The wine in the little sippy cups with the disposable plastic straws, like juice for fucking babies. You're a meshy. I made the last one-ups. I don't actually know anything about alcohol. Anyway, 2 plastic soda bottles of vodka coolers seem to be about where we're at right now. I think that's what this is anyway. I don't really care long as it gets the job done. I decided that I'm an alcoholic now.
Okay. I've always found inebriation to be distasteful. Really. Never understood the personal appeal of it. And after seeing how indelectably its effects have touched the other members of our family, I can't help but feel it's a waste of everybody's fucking time. I'd have half a mind to tell him to dump it in all the sinks, if I weren't cutting it down to the wire as it is. But you know what? Go the fuck ahead, bro. Might help him ease those ridiculous inhibitions for once in his life. Slide the stick out of his ass. Maybe slide something else up there instead, if you catch my drift. But I don't want to get ahead of myself here. At this stage, anything could happen. Dave sits beside Karkin on the couch and sets the alcohol down on the table in front of him. He sinks heavily into the cushioning with a sigh.
Have you now? Have you now? Have you now? Yeah. Yeah. You're a meshy, yeah. It's never too late to develop a substance abuse problem. I've been thinking about it for a while, and it seems like it's time for me to finally get on the wagon of not being on the wagon. That's really great, Dave. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, how's the inauguration? You having a good time dwelling on every tiny little factor that cumulatively led to our electoral defeat? And how if just one thing had been different, it would have been us up there. You and I both know nothing mattered in that campaign but Jake's fucking speech. Yeah, I mean, like, I just keep imagining what would have happened if that absurd Rube Goldberg machine of life-ruining humiliation had been stopped at any point. Maybe just being backstabbed by his endorsement alone was something we could have recovered from with some rigorous counter-campaigning. But if I had been fast enough to cut him off before he'd even say anything, what if I hadn't accidentally fallen on him on the stage when I was rushing over there to stop him? What if he hadn't freaked out like I set off fireworks next to a vet and started trying to fucking scrum me? What if I just backed away from his punch with my legs like a normal person instead of warping the flow of time to escape, causing him to become so startled he even shit his pants? Damn. What if I hadn't gotten so visibly grossed out by the smell that even the people watching it on TV could tell what had happened? What if he hadn't started sobbing when the audience in the front row started throwing up? What if we'd had better security and stopped that lady from running on stage during the fracas and announcing that Jake has been dodging paying child support for their 3 kids? the it's this interesting. Like, what was the line? It wasn't that bad. You you think? Okay. It wasn't that bad. Okay, so assuming, okay, so the implication he's just being funny, right? Because of this, trying to like cheer him up a little bit. Well, like, at what point does it start becoming that? Unless it's all just the fucking truth. But no, it wouldn't, because he didn't say that wasn't. It's this whole thing. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's pretty. I love Dave.
Carcat falls into a vacant 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm an alcoholic now. Want a drink?
I have sympathy, I really do. It's tough to devote so much time and effort to something, come so close to tasting victory, just to have it snatched out of your grasp at the final instant. I might even feel bad about it in any other circumstance. But this was how things had to be. It's better this way. They know that, at least. Carcat certainly does.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm glad we lost. I never wanted to fucking win in the first place. Dude, come on. No, I'm being serious. I'm not even doing some sour grapes. I never wanted it in the first place because I'm a sore loser trying to delude myself into thinking I don't care, sort of thing. Obviously, I fucking care since now the planet is going to be completely ruined by this jumped up fascist dictator who has every intention of gradually genociding my species into non-existence before my very eyes. But I cannot fucking think of a single thing in the universe I want to do less than be the stupid fucking president. Thank human Obama. Oof, you're a meshy. Wait, was there a troll Obama? I'm the fucking troll Obama, remember? Carcat, you would have been so much more than Obama.
Goddamn. If that isn't the most romantic fucking thing I've ever heard. If Carcat had anything resembling a spine, he'd turn to Dave with those big sparkling shoujo eyes, and finally open his tsundere heart to consummating their painfully obvious and mutually reciprocated passion. But he doesn't. So he gives a non-committal little sniff and turns back to the inauguration instead. Obviously, I've got an agenda here. It's pretty clear to me what these guys want out of this relationship. Despite the fact that both of them being bottoms evidently makes it impossible for them to pass whatever last ludicrous psychological obstacle stands between them and non-stop animalistic fucking. I've let it go on like this for long enough. And these stooges clearly need some help. I could insist that they just fucking go for it already, using the methods available to me. I'd rather not. There are certain boundaries I'm not inclined to cross, primarily in service to the emotional integrity of my friends' respective personal arcs. The little moments like these don't mean anything if they're coming from me, do they? As such,
Oh, whoa. Okay.
as such, instance isn't the tool I'd prefer.
Insistence.
Insistence isn't the tool I'd prefer. Persuasion is the one I reach for. And in a case like this, I can't imagine it's going to take that much.
Dirk, you totally would do this if you had now.
They fall into another silence that's more comfortable than it has any right to be. The crowd is really going nuts for Jane now, since she's hit one of the best parts of my speech. She's just blasting the fuck off about how good the economy's going to get. I can feel Dave's teeth grinding all the way down to the narrative fabric of reality. Dave reaches out for the booze. It's past time to get wasted, he thinks. But Cartcat is starting to realize how much all of Dave's efforts mean to him. It's really welling up inside him now. He's so emotional about it that he can't help but say something.
Hey.
Dave stops with his arms outstretched. His gaze turns to meet Cartcat's, but Cartcat can't bear to hold the eye contact for long. Looking at Dave is like staring straight at the sun. He is awfully handsome, isn't he? Then again, crawling out of a piano gene pool does have its benefit. What did I say? Piano. I guess technically I have piano. I have piano stuck in my mind. Then again, crawling out of a primo gene pool does have its benefits.
Yeah, buddy, what's up? Hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to explain yourself to me. I get it. It makes sense. I'd always felt the same way, kind of. Like about all my shit with Suburban whatever. The reluctant hero's journey. That feeling where you're being dragged along to be a kind of guy everyone is saying you have to be because you've never felt like there's any way you can really become. When every second you feel so sick with your own self-doubt and fear that you can't bear to even imagine the future, and you think, why me? Even though you know it can't be anyone but you. And that's why you do it. Yeah. LOL. I wasn't trying to explain myself though. I just wanted to thank you. Huh? For what?
Cartcat's eyes drift from the TV to the floor. The slight of a smile tugs at the corner of his mouth. He feels something warm inside of his chest. It feels right. It's something he needs to say.
For everything. Even if we didn't win, I'm glad we tried. I'm glad we went through this together. Me too. More than anything. You believe in me in a way nobody has ever before. More than I've ever been able to believe in myself. And I've never really felt like this before. Felt like what? I mean, like, you know. It's not like I've never had friends before. People I care about. But when people tell me they care about me on some level, it's hard for me to really buy it. They can list whatever justifications they have for liking me and it all feels like bullshit. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You can't really expect me to believe you seriously think this about me. There's no way you actually see me that way. You just feel bad for me. You're talking down to me like I'm some sort of pathetic wiggler who needs to be coddled. Or you're just imagining whatever way you wish I would be. Some person who's better and smarter and stronger and kinder and more valuable than the person I really am. I can never understand why anyone I care about would ever waste their fucking time on me. But with you...
Cartcat draws a breath and curls curls up on himself. His instinct is to pull back, but he's fighting it now. He needs to see this one through to the end.
Oh, well, why isn't that? There we go. But with you, it makes sense, I guess. When you say something nice to me, I'm like, yeah, okay. That's comprehensible. I see how you got from point A to point B. I can know you the way I do and think about who you are, and I can understand why you'd want someone like me beside you. I don't have to wonder what's missing. You're on my level, and I'm on yours. I believe that you see me in front of you the way I actually am, for better or worse, and still like me anyway. So even though it's hard for me to believe in myself a lot of the time, I believe in you, so I don't need to. So just saying is you believe in me who believes in you.
Dave, please.
Yeah, kind of. Fuck, man. That's kind of deep. I know. So, yeah. That's what I've never really felt before. And I'm glad you're that aware.
Come on, you're so close.
I'm glad you're my friend, Dave.
Oh, for the love of God. This is practically slapstick at this point. My friend? That was the most excruciatingly overblown and socially maladapted love confession I've ever had the displeasure of witnessing, including my own. And he still managed to fumble it into obscurity at the last moment. The guy was barreling in for an unimpeded touchdown and took a hard left straight into the friend zone. It's not like Dave is stupid. He's picking up on the subtext. It's just Karkat's cop-out that's filling him with doubt. It was a little too obviously sentimental. So obvious that it made the friend thing was a deliberate warning. Maybe relationships aren't a thing Karkat can really do. Maybe if Dave crosses the line, he'll ruin everything. Better this excruciating liminal space, something more than friendship, but not quite love, than nothing at all. I look Dave right in his mind. His mind's eye, and tell him to cut it the fuck out. He wants it. You want it. Just go for it, man. Oh, just go for it, my man. It's now or never.
Oh, you're a meshy. Oh, same.
I feel every brain cell in my immortal body begin to perish in real time. Dave, you cannot actually be that bad at this. How the hell are you walking around with my jeans and still acting like this?
So,
look, even you can manage to top this guy. You've got it easy, dude. He's gonna open up for you like you just rolled up on a Denny's at 3 a.m. with all the boys and a Groupon. You can do it right here on the couch if you want.
I miss going to like a late night diner with the group.
Dave scrunches up his face a little like he's constipated. Okay, maybe I'm getting a bit worked up. I need to dial it back.
Is something wrong? Huh? No. Sorry, I just had an absolutely insane train of thought that kind of sent me for a loop. What? No, it's extremely better. No, it's extremely better that I don't tell you. I kind of forgot what we were talking about because it was so awful.
You weren't talking about Karkat's feelings. He just dropped some touching ass bomb about believing in you, believing in him, or whatever. You should really get to the root of where this is all coming from.
Oh, right. Yeah, all the shit you said about us being friends and on the same level or whatever. You're a meshy. Yeah, I feel the same way, basically. Or like, well, what? I'm not sure that I like,
Go on.
I'm kind of getting the feeling that maybe there's a level to what we're thinking that isn't entirely coming across in words. And since we don't have the right words, we aren't getting to the right actions either. What are you talking about? Like, maybe we feel the same way about certain things, but what we're saying and what we're feeling, maybe those aren't exactly the same thing. And maybe we should what? Maybe it's time to talk about that.
Well, I guess this is progress.
That. Yeah, like how when you say we're friends, what does that mean? That we're friends? Yeah, but is that it? Just friends?
Karkat looks like a deer caught in the headlights.
Of course not. You're my best friend. Oh, I see.
I've literally been decapitated, and that was less unbearable than this. I don't understand it. I just want you to be happy, man. Why can't you make anything easy for yourself?
Well, okay then.
Whatever. I kind of don't have time for this shit. The gloves are coming off. The anime ninja training weights are history. Oh my god, he's having his Rock Lee moment. It's time to get down to business. You look into Karkat's eyes. You see that twinkle? That's devotion. You unbelievably dense neutron star of a dipshit. It's sparkling like a visit from your fairy fucking godmother. That shit is pure and true. A supernova of all your hopes and dreams thrown together like a radially evanescing kaleidoscope. Of more hot boy pecker than you could ever imagine.
Dave?
But you aren't imagining any peckers other than the one right in front of you. Karkat's probably quite modest and feminine alien penis. Karkat's probably quite modest, and feminine alien penis is the only one you've thought about in years. Suddenly, you can't even comprehend how it is you've gone so long without kissing him. You want to so badly. It would be so easy. And you know he wouldn't turn you away.
Karkat,
You lift a trembling hand slowly. Wait, you hold... You lift a trembling hand slowly and you lift a trembling hand and slowly close the scant distance between you and to brush your thumb against Karkat's cheek. He freezes in place, terrified.
I think
Karkat's lips part. His breath held. His eyes are wide with anticipation. He looks beautiful like this, you think. All you have to do is press your mouth to his, and he'll finally know he's yours. You start to lean in. Karkat closes his eyes and relaxes into your hand. He's ready. It's happening. It's fucking happening.
Wait. Fuck.
What? Ooh, fuck. Damn. Wait. What? What are you doing? Oh my god. I'm throwing my hands up in the air in the middle of the other shit I'm doing because this sucks just that much.
What's wrong? Did I do something? No, I just can't. Shit. It just feels like...
It feels like nothing, Dave. Don't worry about it.
What the fuck is going on? This feels really off. IDK. I just keep having thoughts. I know I'd never think.
Oh, come the fuck on. I'm going to have an aneurysm. Aneurysm. He's hearing me, but not listening to me. This dude has such a titanium grasp on his own born again virginity that not even the literal hand of God can compel him to kiss his own goddamn boyfriend.
What is that supposed to mean? I have no idea. I'm sorry. Dave.
Dave pulls away. Karkat looks like he's about to throw up. I'm about to throw up, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't know what to do at this point. He doesn't know it's me, but he's fighting my influence with every ounce of strength he's got. If I push any further, things can get messy.
I can't read. Hi, yes, I am Professor Berg. I am known for my many endeavors in spelling bees. I guess you don't need to know how to say the word. No, you do know. You do need to know how to say the spelling bee, right? In a spelling bee, are you required to say the word after, or are you just required to spell the word and that's it? So, like, I think I hear people go like they spell the word and then they say it. It must be a requirement. Must be a requirement to say the word. Yeah. Oh, where was I at again? That was that a semi-large word, right? It's like epstem something. My psychiatrist made a thing. You know, the back door approach nudge himself. Something before that was up. Oh, epistemologically
Speaking, I could try more of a backdoor approach and nudge them towards the sauce. But I don't think if even that would help at this stage. And my timetable for direct physical intervention is fairly limited. I take a deep breath and get myself under control. My light psychological intrusions may have only made things worse. Invested as I am in the outcome of this encounter, I know forcing their hand would be a mistake. If Dave passes that threshold not of his own will, it'd be a hollow victory anyway. There's nothing I can do but settle down, step it back, and trust my boy to bring it home. The gears are turning in Dave's head. He knows he stands at a precipice, and what he decides here could mean anything. Maybe that forced kiss seemed wrong, but he knows what he feels doesn't. He can't deny that. And he can't just forget the fact that when he went for it, Karkat wasn't pulling away. At the end of the day, he knows what the truth is. Really, he always has. So what are you going to do about it, Dave? This time, it's really up to you. Dave meets Karkat's eyes in a rare moment of clarity. It's then, I think, that they both finally realize what's been obvious to everyone else all along. With a measured motion, Dave pulls his shades off his face. If Karkat was stunned before, he's even more stunned now. The privilege of a Strider eye moment is about the most earth-shattering experience a young man will ever have in his life. For once, neither of them have anything stupid to say. All they have is an electric connection that is no longer possible to ignore. Dave brings his hand back up to Karkat's cheek in a gesture much more confident than the last. He's not rushing anything this time. He's only doing what feels right, and each second at a time. Karkat's tension begins to dissipate from his body in stages. His stiff shoulders drop, his guarded expression relaxes, and when he covers Dave's hand with his own, he's not shaking at all. Karkat helps Dave slip his hand from the side of his face around to cup the nape of his neck. It's a tender, steadying touch. Dave applies only the slightest of pressure to draw him forward, and Karkat follows his lead. They're so close that Dave can feel Karkat's shallow breath ghosting over his skin. Karkat's eyes are shimmering and wet as they flutter closed, moisture beading in his thick eyelashes. His tongue darts out to wet his lips. That's left. All that's left is just one more step, just one final inch, and it's over. They both move to close the distance at the same time. There's a second where both of them freeze like that, still in the intimate contact, nothing but the warmth of each other's bodies and the dawning realization of a significant boundary crossed. Dave draws in a sharp breath, lets his lips part, and just a little more. That's it. Yes! Wait. Dave, don't linger. Some lines of stress appear on his face. He's struggling with something. No, Dave, don't fucking do this. He's grinding his teeth and putting both hands up to his temples. Beads of sweat dot his brow. This is so fucking unreal. Holy shit. Dave, if you so much as...
Get the fuck out of my head! Wait, get the fuck out of my head and just let me do this myself! Dude, come on!
Oh my god, he fucking just... Wow. Dave lunges forward and kisses Karkat directly on the mouth. It's like a dam has burst. Neither of them could hold anything back now, even if they wanted to. It's like, god damn, I'm sorry. I'm blowing the description here and missing a lot of good shit. It just caught me so off guard. Dave, my dude, I'm so proud of you. Okay, I can do this. I fucking need to do this justice. Cracks the motherfucking knuckles of Yowie Powhatan and gets down to business. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to intercede a single word further, and I won't let you either. I won't cheapen this beautiful moment with my base editorialization just to satisfy your voyeuristic curiosity. Frankly, I'm offended you'd even expect me to. What they're getting up to here is nobody's business but theirs. Dave Cat is canon, and that's really all there is to say on the matter. Let's give these crazy lovebirds some privacy and move on. Fair enough. Fair enough, Dirk. Fair enough. We don't get the yaoi. Was there yaoi in Candy? At any point? I don't think so. Thanks, Dirk. Don't really get it. We missed so much of it though. Dirk was watching his brother / son, or his brother's son, make out with his boyfriend. You know, there's something that I guess I don't fully know. I guess I've never had anything similar to this experience, but I have to imagine that there is something annoying being related to somebody and like probably being the closest person to you, not just like doing this, right? Because everyone's been saying, yeah, they're dating, right? They're a thing, and them not to do this, and you just it has to be upsetting to some degree. It's like every time you see the two of them together, it might just suddenly just hit you and go, damn, these guys aren't together. They're just together, but we all know they're together, like that. But in fact, they're not. They weren't up until this point, I guess. The yaoi poet. Damn. So far, so what I'm understanding from Homestuck is from the epilogues in the comic, that the main thing to put across is
Anime is bad. I think that's the overarching like theme. Everything's come together. Anime bad. I think that's what this all means. That's why all the evilest people are always anime focused. Yeah, that's the real. That's just truly what it's about.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm inside Jake's mansion. It's just as idiotically garish as the last time I saw it. There was once a time I swore I'd never set foot in here again, for various reasons I won't get into.
Interesting.
Jake is the type of guy who makes you say stuff like that. But he's also the type who reminds you never to say who reminds you never to say never. Here I fucking am again. And this useless dickhead's dime store McMansion. But only because I need one of his ships. Rose is still asleep from the drugs. I put her on that monstrous overstuffed velvet couch over there. My guy Squarewave is here too. I need his help today because there's a lot of cargo to wrangle. He's wheeling something around on a hand truck. Something about the height of Rose, roughly rose-shaped and wrapped in a cloth. I know she's gonna love it love it the first time she sees it. But the only way she'll be able to do that is when she's awake and looking in a mirror.
Yes.
Mirror. Jake owns Skynet, a company which, among many other things, manufactures spaceships. They do a stiff business selling these rigs, especially with all the new military contracts the Crocker administration has been handing out. If it weren't for his connection to a good supply of quality StarCraft, I'm honestly not sure if I'd even bother stopping by before leaving. I'd have to think about it. Yeah, we're friends, I suppose, but there really isn't much I have to say on this guy anymore. To this guy anymore. As long as I'm here. I have to confess, I've been mulling over a few choice remarks to let him chew on while I'm gone.
Fucking Dirk.
I didn't tell him I'd be coming. That would be a scene. He'd prepare too much. Run out the red carpet, so to speak. Suggest plans, stammer nervously, throw in something a bit more skin-hugging than usual. I may have already mentioned, but I'm a bit too deft at this for my own good. Doing the thing where I tug at the part of someone's latent thought process that already knows they adore me. That if someone would just pull the stops from their sense of inhibition, inhibition, yes. From this sense of inhibition, they'd realize they would do anything for me. Though I can be overselling my methods of persuasion while shortchanging my natural aura of charisma and dashing good looks. Maybe I'm just that fucking charming. There are times when I actually do manage to underestimate my positive qualities, believe it or not. Normally, corralling Jake's attention is like greasing up your whole naked body and tackling a shrieking hog on rocket skates. There was always a part of his mind that was conflicted about me, intrigued, titillated, wary. But now he's just plain obsessed. That wasn't really what I was going for, but hey, with political warfare comes collateral damage. Oh. It's harmless enough anyway. It's not like I gave him a sick car or anything that would hurt his value as a priceless sexual commodity. The only thing affected was his brain. It's a bit like if someone hacked a comment section. Who gives a shit?
Dirk! By golly, Dirk! Good enough.
I glance up the stairs, where he's standing on the precipice overlooking the foyer. Yeah, he definitely wasn't expecting company. He's completely nude, except for a pair of boxes, with a pattern of green skulls, pistols, and some shapes that maybe aren't supposed to be pot leaves. He blunders down the stairs at top speed, runs over and gives me a huge bro hug, making my spine pop. God, he's so fucking strong. I hate that the brief feeling of being crushed by this oaf makes my dick twitch slightly.
At least he's still human, I guess.
Hey, Jake.
Oh, well, isn't this a heap of
Shilogs? Shillelog?
I'm not very cultured in any sense, to be honest. What is that word? And shamrocks. I had no idea you had plans to visit my humble abode, to swing about the old manor to Ches Ingles. I can't read, as they say.
That's 3 different fucking languages.
So, what brings you here, pal? I seem to recall the last time we were bumming about the Rumpus Cabana. You swore some sort of blood oath you'd never set foot in here again with one of your customary dramatic flourishes.
Yeah, well, I meant it at the time. Let's just leave it at that.
Okie doke. Gosh, it's so good to see you. So good.
He's gently stroking the side of my arm now, making no effort to disguise his interest in the contours of my muscles. I use that part of my arm to hold on his shoulder in an affable way, yeah, so that he's forced to stop. Listen, man, you got a spare spaceship lying around? We're going on a trip. And out over in the direction of the couch, Jake's eyebrow shoots up.
Oh, I didn't even notice Rose there. Wow, she looks really zonked. Bad hangover, I presume. Hold the phone, wasn't she supposed to be off the sauce? Or is that not a thing anymore?
It's not a hangover. She's just tired. Can you help us out?
Of course, mate. I've got frickin' scads of things lying around. Prototypes, top secret experimental models, Galaxy class ball busters, do-geared. For the white shirts and the gummit. Oh my gosh. They pay some tidy coin for all this industrial military what's it, you know.
I'm gritting my teeth, focusing on breathing steadily. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Anything really. Something fast.
Fast. We can do fast.
He skirts over to a new money-looking baroque antique cabinet. His ample junk swinging about in his loose boxes free as a jaybird. He opens a small door and rifles through a stack of stray papers and capsulon cards.
Here's one. Ought to do you splendidly. Yes.
Thanks, bro. I take it. We're almost through this dirty little bit of business. I know there's more, though. There's all the ways is with him. In fact, here it comes. I can smell it a mile away. I know exactly what he's about to say, and the buoyant obliviousness with which he'll say it.
So, where are we going?
Yeah, I thought this misunderstanding might happen. My bad, man. I wasn't that clear up front. We aren't going anywhere. It's just me and Rose on this trip.
Oh, I see. Well, when you live the married life, I suppose from time to time, one must get away from the old ball and chain one way or another. So it's a stag night of sorts, in space, with a gay girl instead of a fella. And not me.
Yes. Damn. Might be the evilest thing he's done. Jake falls quiet for a moment, and his pitiful pea brain struggles to process the shocking information.
Gadzooks. Well, say no more then. So, how long will you be away? Does Kanaya know about all these shenanigans?
Yes, we've discussed it. She's okay with it.
Phew. Good to see there's no trouble in paradise. They've always had the most lovely marriage. On the other hand, you know how those dames can be. Rah.
He shakes his fist to demonstrate whatever bad point he's making.
There are times, let me tell you how I feel like I dodged a bullet by not jumping the matrimonial broom with Jane. I love her to death, obviously, and I do anything for her, especially now that she's El Presidente. Cripes! Ooh boy, sometimes I can hardly believe how that sounds, but it sure is what's happened, isn't it? Partly thanks to a humdinger of a speech by yours truly, but wow, never mind that, old saw. What I'm saying is, I don't know what I'm saying. We guys need to stick together sometimes and live our lives and not, well, place such ornamental roles in the lives of our important and powerful womanly counterparts, dear to us though they be. I think maybe I'm saying we should hang out more, Dirk. No pressure, I mean. When you get back from your extraterrestrial camping trip, of course. When did you say you were coming back?
He's sweating. More than I've seen him before, stammering, desperate. I need to be brutally direct with this poor guy. Enough's enough. I won't be coming back, Jake. His mouth is hanging open. Not a shred of restraint. Oh, his mouth is hanging open. Not a shred of restraint in his crestfallen posture. But he needs to hear this. All of it.
Like, wait, you aren't
coming back. Ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
But I don't. Why, Dirk?
The tears are starting to come. His composure is breaking. He's staring intently at my face as if trying to drink in every precious moment of what he knows in his heart will be the last time we ever see each other. He takes in every drop of light reflecting from my beautiful face. The sculpted cheekbones, the warrior's eyebrows, the deadly serious yet exquisitely kissable mouth. This is the face he lives for now. A visage that, in mere minutes, will vanish from his life forever. The tears drop. His voice cracks.
Please take me with you, Dirk.
I can't do that, Jake. It's not within the parameters of the mission.
But what mission? I can't do this alone, Dirk. This life, whatever is happening now, whatever is expected of me, I can't do it. Not without you.
You're going to have to, man. Jay needs you more than ever. She has a tough road ahead. It's hard running a planet, but she'll whip it into shape. I trust her, and so should you.
But
she needs you at her side. If all goes well, she'll rule Earthsea for millions of years, and you'll be critical to that reign. Huh?
But I don't know what to do, Dirk. I don't know how to help someone rule. I want to know the first thing about strategy or advising or policy or...
I almost burst out laughing, but I managed to control myself. Jake, nobody wants you to do any of that. Well, I know Jane sure doesn't.
Then what?
You'll just be, her candy boy.
Candy boy?
Yeah, be on call. Serving a multi-million year term of her, giving her the right kind of presidential action she needs to keep going, to keep her morale up and such, to provide her with many heirs. Doesn't that sound cool?
Heirs?
Yeah, like kids. A lot of them. Think about it. You could have thousands of kids. They'll all grow old and die because they aren't god tiers like both of you are. Don't you just keep having more? That's pretty badass to me. Like getting to live through your entire future family tree to watch your own endlessly branching dynasty flourish. I'm almost a little jealous.
No, that sounds dreadful. Dirk, please.
I glance at the clock on the wall. This needs to end soon. There's a lot of important things still to be done. And this sure isn't one of them. Time to man up, Jake. This is what your life is now. It's only bad if you treat it this way. It's actually fantastic. Someday you'll get it.
No, Dirk, I can't bear to let you go. You've meant so much to me my whole life. I probably did a bad job of showing that because I'm such a shitty blubbering fucking numbnuts idiot. You don't think I know I'm a fucking bonehead who no one respects. But you're all I ever have to keep me anchored to any feeling of true self-worth I ever had. You taught me so much. Remember the old days in Suburb, Dirk. Those days were the absolute bee's knees. Jesus Christopher Clowncock, Dirk. You taught me about combat, philosophy, life, love, Dirk. I'm so bad with feelings. I never said it when we were together, but I love you, Dirk. I love you. There, I said it, I love you. I've never loved anyone so much in my whole life.
He waits a second for a response. My face doesn't move a muscle. He won't dare waste his momentum, though. He threw in the penny. Here comes the pound.
Dirk, I'm begging you, just take me with you. It's fine. You don't have to love me. I'm okay with that. Whatever you want. I just need to be with you. Near you. Anything. I can't stay here. Please, not without you. I want to be anywhere but here as long as it's with you.
He explodes into tears, a sloppy, volcanic eruption of mucus, ugly noises, and tatterings of a bard's bared soul. He begins slumping to the ground, but I grab his shoulder roughly and lift him up with a violent jerk. I look into his eyes furiously. My glare is incinerating. It halts his infantile wailing like a cranky baby somewhere just got tossed into the vacuum of space. He's scared, no, terrified, of being left with no one who truly cares for him. And the magnitude of his raw, perilously unearthed feelings, but most of all, right here, right now, he's terrified of me. I pull him close with all my strength, flush to my body, wrap my arms around him to cradle the back of his head in my calloused palms, and I kiss him. It's the softest kiss I've ever given. My lips yield in a way that feels to him impossibly miraculously forgiving, like cannonballing into a frozen lake only to discover it's not frozen at all. It's not even water. It's a sheet of 1,000 layers of silk. It's a pool of a trillion discrete tiny shimmering beads chilled mercury. It's the final, gentle exhale of the most beautiful symphony ever playing. It's the soothing, mythically rumored oasis where the satyrs and nymphs once took pleasure and together forged the very concept of comfort we understand today. It lasts a fleeting moment. 2 ticks of the clock over there. 2 ticks longer than anyone will ever kiss him like that again. 2 ticks longer than he ever deserves. I move my hand up to his face, and with my palm on his wet cheek, I gently push his head about 6 inches away from my face and say, I'm sorry, Jake, but I'll never let you break my heart again. Abruptly, I turn and walk to the couch. I pick up Rose, not at Square Wave. He springs into action, pushing the hand trunk out the door. Without looking back, I follow and slam the door behind me. Okay.
Fuck, you really fucked up, Dirk. I meant Jake. It implied he started doing this again. I guess their plan for Jane is to ruin Earth Cecily and California will be born in the future.
Kanaya Miriam is single and ready to mingle. Alright, not really. But she's coping admirably with the sudden departure of her beloved spouse. She's doing her best not to think about it. That's how you get past something. Just put it out of your mind. Train your thoughts on a hopeful future and stop dwelling on the many little micro failures in your past that all ended up to a doomed marriage. She's looking darkly ahead, chin up, taking firm, confident strides. The heels of her designer shoes click loudly on the hospital linoleum. Linoleum, yes. She grips the antidote I left for her with both hands as she scans the hall from the room number. Ah. The room number she got from the front desk. She hears Roxy's voice before she sees the number and follows the sound. She enters the room. There's Jane, still a corpse, propped up slightly in her bed as the adjacent heart monitor beeps gently. Roxy sitting next to her in a chair, still looking every bit the slick and cool dude he's presenting as these days. Nice. There's nobody else in the room. I guess he was talking to Jade? That's very kind, but she can't hear you. Roxy. She'll be able to soon enough, though, and when she does, you'll probably want to listen to what she has to say. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have to hit a button now. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did one of them join? One of them joined? Oh my god. Hello? Hi. Howdy. Yo, hi. Okay. I guess I'll unmute them now. Oh my god. Oh hey. Oh wait. Oh, I gotta share it.
Oh,
That's my bad. I'll share
hello?
it. Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry.
There. I don't know if you're like viewing on your phone or if you're like looking at this or not.
Hello. Okay, I'll just start. Hello. How is she?
I'm sleeping. IDK.
Yes, I see. I brought this.
What's that? And then I assume like Kanai doesn't talk for ever again. Kanaya pops the cap off of the EpiPen style delivery mechanism for the antidote and jabs it into Jade's arm. Her hand twitches a bit, and her body begins to stir. Her mouth opens a crack and lets out a barely audible whimper. She opens her eyes quite wide. Suddenly, her bright green irises dart around the room, trying to solve the riddle of her present location. Roxy peers intently through his shades to get a better look. They're Jade's same old, playful intelligence. Intelligent. But they seem different somehow. These are eyes that have seen so much more. They had the last time they were open. Jade, OMG Jade, you're awake? How you feeling? Jane stares at Roxy. If she mistakes him for Dave, it isn't for long. She hears the beeping next to her, glances out the window. This is a hospital room. She understands now. Her mind races, sifting through the overwhelming amount of information that became available to her the moment her trance began. The scope of her awareness, she now understands, is truly staggering. Memories are suddenly accessible that are almost impossible to believe. Some of them are unspeakably marvelous to her, others deeply disturbing. No more than just disturbing. She lingers in the dark recesses of her consciousness. There were things she saw, things she was told. Her mouth twists into a snarl. She's been angry plenty of times before, but never so angry that she stopped being cute. She's not cute this time. She starts breathing harder, belligerently pushing the air from her nostrils. The beeping doubles its pace. Her eyes are wild, no longer sizing up the room, but calculating the true extent of her turbulent rage coursing through her body. Her brow creases sharply, and her nose wrinkles as her upper lip rises and quivers, and then it hits her. She knows exactly why she's feeling this way. She bolts upright from her bed and shouts, "Dirk Strider has to be stopped. Dirk Strider." Good enough. Good enough. Dirk Strider has to be stopped. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Good enough. Bop. Is that it? That's it from that. Is that going to be the last line that Jade has in general? She's right, of course. I do have to be stopped. Not because I'm really that bad. I mean, I don't think I am. I'll understand if there are those who disagree. If my agenda was to try as hard as I could to make sure no one thought I sucked, what the fuck would ever get done? How would I go about taming this world, or shaping reality for the better? And if I didn't bother pursuing those goals, and thereby tactfully accepting the untold suffering that resulted from my inaction, wouldn't that make me a bad person? If I try and succeed, I'm a hero, right? And if I try and fail, at least I made things interesting on my way to the grave. There would be a tragic nobility in that. And the way I see it, settling for anything less from my arc would be, frankly, pathetic. Yeah, so I know I have to be stopped. It's part of the contract. What you sign up for when you assume the burdens of this sort of power. Where there is that which must be subdued and suborned for the greater good, there is that which will instinctively resist, that which intuits that's whatever that's whatever's going on here is wrong. Otherwise intervention wouldn't even be necessary, would it? If reality and those within it were already so intrinsically pliable, so amenable to deviating from their own nature, the sins of men and their faults of God would have no rigidity or resilience. There'd be no challenge in forcing their correction, nor reward in ramming salvation down their throats. I know this isn't coming cheap, what I'm trying to do. The cost of it is knowing I need to be stopped. I accept it consciously. And when the time comes, if it comes, I'll offer myself up gladly. But I'm not a fool. I know what accepting this cost really means through any objective narrative faculty, no matter how I rationalize things, how grandly I ornate my supreme designs, or how indulgent and self-obsessed my concluding soliloquy may come across. I'm perfectly aware of what I've become in all practical ways. I am the villain now. It's gotten impossible for me to see this result as anything but inevitable. From the day I am spawned from a puddle of slime, I want to be a good person. I believe I am a good person. But when you're someone like me, good is never going to be quite good enough. The problem is, I think power like mine can only make antagonistic intent unavoidable. Who could wield such control over people's choices and the course of events without ultimately becoming the enemy of anyone who notices? Maybe only a stronger person than I could manage to pull it off. Someone like Dave. So when I say I know I need to be stopped, I guess it's more than just accepting my end of a diabolical bargain. I know I need to be stopped because I'm sure deep down, somewhere inside my infinitely recursive sense of self, I know what's going on here is all just a little bit sick. To be honest, I consider killing myself and sparing reality all the trauma from the jump. I mean, a legit suicide. Not one of those melodramatic Fox suicidal plays for attention, sympathy, or Jake's dick. But to really do it for the keeps? For truly selfish purpose? Nah, too cowardly for that. Too afraid to stop existing for good. Wouldn't you be if you were me? I guess therein lies the problem. If I weren't me, obviously I consider myself much less indispensable. Only worthless people permit themselves the great luxury of a valorous sacrifice. When the deed is done, what was really lost? It's like the guy in the mailroom quitting in a self-righteous huff. Who the fuck were you again? No. When the sense of self is so substantial, when the fate of everything turns on every vain whim of an ego this sprawling, the entrenched in the very medium that contains all else, there's a certain existential sunk cost that goes with the whole deal. A personam that vast doesn't just self-terminate, it won't allow itself to. That's why, when someone finally comes knocking for the price I owe, I'll fully welcome it. By then, it'll have been a long time coming, and I'll probably have done more than my share to make sure, somewhere along the way, it all got to put into motion. What good is a villain who doesn't have a satisfying dramatic comeuppance in store for him? So yeah, the next time I die, let's pencil it in as a just death. And let's also have it on good authority that the next time Dave cuts off my head, it'll be for good. I'll be looking forward to that day just as much as the next guy. Bob. Oh my god, we got the whole crew back together. So, say, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. So, Dirk needs to be stopped again from doing what again? Oh, everything, whatever he's trying to do right now. Like, woof, this is going to be hard to explain.
Are you sure, Jade? After all, he is the one who provided me with the medicine that just woke you up.
He did? He did?
Yes.
Huh. Okay, but he's the one who shot me in the first place.
He what?
Why would he do that? He needed me to be asleep so that he could, what's going on right now is really abstract, I'm sorry. But you have to believe me, this is a crisis.
Okay. But maybe we shouldn't rush to judgment. You have been in a coma for some time. Maybe it's best to take a little while to recover and then gather your thoughts.
But
For now, I don't see much reason to doubt Dirk's good intentions. He gave me this medicine, and we just had a pretty good talk today. I think it helped me clear the air on a few things. And now I feel better, I think. Sad and heartbroken, yes, but free.
Frey, what are you talking about, Kanaya? What did he say?
He's going to take good care of Rose. Probably much better than I'd ever be able to. I'll miss her, but I'm at least thankful for that.
Thankful? Kanaya? Did Dirk kidnap Rose?
No, it's not like that at all. You see, okay, yes, I know how this must sound.
So, like, where is Rose? Is she with him?
Yes, well, I guess they have formed a strong human familial bond, such that it is no longer necessary for Rose to have me as her spouse. And now they will leave this planet together and do important things, I guess, which do not concern us.
What?
No, I know, it probably sounds, well, I know how it sounds, but please believe me that appearances are misleading here.
The appearance that the dude just kidnapped your fucking wife and pieced out.
Yes? I. Mm,
You see, something's wrong, Kanaya. Can I just ask, how did you come to feel this way? Like, to be this okay with it, I mean?
Did Dirk convince you to be fine with this directly, like in a conversation, or did you just make peace with it on your own?
I was running around desperately, trying to catch them in the act of their duplicitous behavior. And then I sat down and thought about it, and realized I was being foolish. That it was better to let Rose go, if that is what she really wanted.
There. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Kanai, there's no way you would just let Rose go like that without someone pulling the strings. Dirk's been fucking with you. He's been fucking with all of us. God damn. Really? Yes. Kanaya, think about it for a second. Think about how you really feel about Rose, about all of this. Are you sure you're just fine with Rose leaving just like that?
It's fine, Kanaya. Why don't we just say I'll do this. Invoking the mercy rule here. Jade is on to me, obviously, but I wouldn't have even let her wake up if there was anything you all could do about it by now. As the cherub resurfaces in her mind, I'll be fading out of here soon anyway. I don't see any reason to keep my dear friends in limbo any longer. Longer than they need to be. So forget what I said. All that stuff about you not being good enough for her, it probably wasn't true. I mean, what do I know? How worthy you are of another's company is just a matter of the choices you make, right? I'm sure you could figure out how to prove your worth to her if you really tried. For now, the only thing that really matters is to acknowledge it's too late for any of that.
Wait. I'm confused.
Huh?
Why didn't I at least demand to see my wife before they departed while I had Dirk on the phone?
OMG, you didn't even see her before she left?
No. At the time, it didn't feel right to ask, I guess. I was so devastated, I thought that I should just. I don't know what I thought. What was I thinking?
Kanai stares into the distance. The best fucking question anybody ever asked is, why am I so fucking awesome? I believe I've recently provided more than enough material to supply an answer to that question. But Kanaya may have just asked the second best fucking question anybody ever asked. What was she thinking? What are any of us thinking, really? Who's doing the thinking? And who's having the thoughts? The more you study the question, the more it seems all concrete forms of accountability go up in smoke. Her original thoughts were never that important, and the significance of the idea that she was the one authoring them was always a bit overrated. My mission is to someday clear this all up for everyone. Remove the ambiguity. Suck the mud out of the water. It'll be a lot better that way, trust me.
Have I lost my fucking mind?
She's really pissed. Yikes. Couldn't pay me to be in that room right now. Not for all the agency in the world.
What has Dirk done to my wife?
Whoa. What you mean there?
He did something to her. He has corrupted her in some way. I know Rose. I love Rose. She would never do something like this to me. She wouldn't do it to anyone. Not unless she was under duress in some way. It's Dirk. It's always been Dirk. He is behind this. I'll get him for this. I swear that I shall make him pay dearly for stealing my beloved wife. Jade!
She uses both hands to grab Jade by the hospital gown and starts shaking her vigorously. But she's unlikely to get answers from her that way. If anything, she'll cause her to go silent a lot more quickly than she was about to anyway. She's just resting the spirit from her slumber.
Tell me everything you know. Why does Dirk have to be stopped? What does that mean? How did you learn all of this? Tell me your secrets, damn it.
Can I, please stop shaking me.
I'm sorry.
When I was asleep, I saw things and was visited in my dreams by the old muse who once helped us. Callie's ghost double, and there was so much. All these memories from different timelines and such sad memories, visions of death and sacrifices, a great battle with Lord English. It was so overwhelming and hard to make sense of it. Oh, sense of,
Yes, but what about Dirk?
I'm trying to get to that. The thing with Dirk is. Oh.
It's happening. Roxy notices it right away because she's seen it before, and now Kanaya sees it too. A distant look in her eyes as she trails off. They get cloudy, turn gray, and then fill in completely, as if jet black ink were flooding the vitreous bodies of her eyeball. Jade isn't here anymore, and with that, I'll be getting my hat and couch, so to speak. No use lingering around here much longer. The cherub is beginning to drown me out. I can feel it this time. But this time, I can feel it, but this time I'm ready.
Jade?
No. Not again with this shit.
Jade, no, please snap out of this. This grim condition of sorts. I need you to tell me what you know.
She's not going to tell you shit. Not for a good while anyway. It's up to the cherub to let go of her now. And I doubt she'll do that before I'm light years away from this planet. She'll keep jamming my signal and won't dare risk stopping until she knows I'm at a safe distance. Kind of a catch-22, right, Kanaya? The one who's protecting you from all my influence is also blocking you from getting any answers. Not that you'd even know what to do with them.
They will know what to do when they are ready.
Haha, sure. They'll all just hop in a spaceship and go on a wild goose chase trying to hunt me down. I know that already. It's really not rocket science except for the fact that it literally is. Kanaya, please chill. I've seen this before. There's no breaking her out of this except, I guess by doing what Dirk did. Shooting her and waking her up. And, man, poor Jade.
Yes, poor Jade. Poor me. Poor Rose. Poor everyone. Fuck Dirk. Ugh.
She picks up the heart monitor and throws it out the hospital window. Holy shit.
She picks up the heart monitor and throws it out the hospital window.
Oh yeah, I guess. I don't need to fucking do this anymore. Don't worry, I'll bow out. Seems like you got this from here. Go nuts, skull girl.
The monitor smashes on the pavement below, shattering into 1,000 pieces. Spectators gather around and look up. Roxy's looking out the broken window with an apologetic demeanor, a hand to his mouth. Kanaya drops to the floor and begins weeping again. She feels the sorrow anew from her wife's departure, with a sense of rage and pain unshrouded by the veil of the prince. Neither she nor her friends will have to worry about him anymore, so long as they remain on this planet and under my protection.
But a bunch of them won't remain, will they? They won't be able to help themselves. You know that.
He has to be stopped. He has to be stopped. Huddled on the floor, she repeats this pledge to herself. Theoretically, he could be stopped before he leaves, if they hurried. They would need to know what to do, where to go, and to have the motivation to do it, but time is short. I could push them to, with a certain degree of intervention, but I will not. My unwillingness to do so is what separates me from him. And what corporeal life needs now is someone presiding over them who is nothing like him at all.
That's a nice line. I get why you'd want to dial up the drama, making your grand re-entrance and all. Well, the fact is, even if they wanted to, even if your brain fried them all to become your own personal cherubic puppets and sent them on the warpath to come get me, they'd still never catch me. You still don't get it yet. I'm already gone.
But dun dun. Dun dun. Epilogue 8.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Cough, cough, yes. That's your sign.
Later that night, Jade has been moved from the hospital to the Troll Kingdom. She now sits in a wheelchair, remaining in perfect silence with her dark eyes open to maintain my transmission. Roxy and Kanaya rolled her into the living room of Dave and Carcat's hive earlier that evening. This is where they all sit now, discussing the day's troubling events. Roxy is using his phone to pursue leads on the whereabouts of the prince.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. You too, Jake. Thanks, man. We'll let you know what we're gonna do later.
He hangs up and sighs dramatically.
Poor guy. What'd he say? A lot of it was hard to make out due to all the sobbing, but yeah, it's like we thought. Dirk borrowed one of his ships and GTFO.
But did he say where?
Nope. Doubt he told anybody to be age. In fact, I'd say odds are even he doesn't quite know where he's going yet. Why do you think that? I just know the guy. Also, like, what's even out there? Dude's got a ship. Oh. Okay. Oh wait, where was I at? I think I was.
Dude,
I'm
we got
going
a ship.
out there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Dude's got a ship, and now he's hauling ass randomly about with Rose to I don't know, prove some sort of point.
What about Jane?
We aren't calling Jane
Why not?
because I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of her fat fascist mouth.
That's stupid. I'm calling her. I dislike the woman as well, but I will leave no possibility unexhausted in striving to rescue my wife from that madman. She takes Roxy's phone and presses Jane's name in the contact list. She moves to the far side of the room to speak, while the others continue conversing.
You're a meshy, so phew.
Dave makes a noise humans sometimes do, by expelling air through his closed, fleshy lips, creating an impolite flapping effect.
Well, it's one of those probably. That's probably what this should have been. You're a meshy. Rose and Dirk, huh? Yeah. Rose and fucking Dirk. Damn. So are they like? Oh, wait. So they're like, man, I'm never going to hear the end of it. If I'm the one to ask this question, am I? I've had too many fucking goofy dumbass foot in mouth family blunders to be the guy asking this fucking question. And yet here I am, asking it. What are you talking about? You know, are they like together? What? You know, like what this dumbass is asking if they're doing human intercourse activities. Oh my god. Carcat, please. Oh my god. Oh gee. Carcat, they're related. Humans don't do that when they're related to each other, okay? Don't talk down to me. I'm not a fucking wriggler. I'm familiar with your concept of human incest. Yeah, okay. Not to be that guy, even though I'm totally being that guy. If it never happened, we wouldn't have a word for it. I really don't think. I mean, they wouldn't. There's no way. It makes no sense. For one, Dirk is gay. And isn't Rose gay too? Yeah, I think if anybody knows what Rose's deal is exactly. Of all of us who could have ended up eloping to have illicit incestuous relations, they definitely would have been the last two I'd put my money on. And yet, it sure is fucking real. It sure is real fucking weird that they seem to have gone off and done, isn't it? Ugh, don't even say that. Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl.
You guys are so fucking weird about this. Like, seriously, what's the issue here? The shithead went and sulcanized Matesprit, apparently by mystically underhanded means. There's practically no limit to the dimensions we could be getting angry about this on. But here we are, instead, doing this pointless thing you people always do when it comes to incest. Us people. I know. I'm a fucking xenophobe. Let's just all agree I'm a big, shitty xenophobe about this and move on.
JF's. Hey, Kanaya, how's that phone call going?
Jane's chief of staff has put me on hold. It seems my solicitation does not register as a priority in this administration. I cannot say I am surprised.
Tell her to register my heaving bulge as a priority.
I will not tell her that.
Anyway, you guys are all so fucked up about this. That's all I'm saying. This is objectively not the worst thing about this scenario. It's not even a remotely notable factor. Why are we even talking about this? It's so fucking performative. Is there something you're trying to prove by constantly competing to be the most scandalized by your own completely arbitrary social constructs?
Yo, dogs, I know we get up to some jank barrel as fuck combos, barrel bottom as fuck combos sometimes, but this one, I even K anymore. I know you're an alien and all, but in these dire straits, can we maybe not riff on the subject of fucking incest? wait.
For what it's worth.
For what it's worth, thank you. I'm not caught up on my Does this look as an acronym or what's it like? What it's worth, this shit really does bug the hell out of me. If I can confirm on behalf of my species that yeah, the idea kind of sucks according to pretty much literally everybody, we could agree to stop talking about it.
See, this is what...
Oh, move this.
See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. You grew up on one of those You grew up one of two humans on your entire planet. Where the fuck do you get any frame of reference for this shit? Admit it, you only pretend to be bothered by this because your human society tells you that your performance is disgust virtuous.
God, we love spring. LMAO, dude, no.
Also, excuse me, but can I just fucking ask, since when did you start cosplaying as Dave? Dude, what?
LOL.
Do you even fucking know anything? You're a ham-brained boner stooge who doesn't know anything, aren't you? I'm very sorry, Roxy, that my ham-brained why did I say booner? Boner stooge of a boyfriend doesn't know how fuck all about Jack Dick.
Jank Dick. Sorry. It's okay. He's like fucking right. I get mistaken for you, like, well, it's been happening. I should have cut. No, LMAO. I really thought all the pink I'm wearing would help with that. I need K. I'll keep messing with it. Damn, it really is just that same haircut. Fully that same haircut. Exactly, I guess.
No, you're a meshy. No, you look great. Like super duper great. Just perfect. Like I could not possibly be more proud of your fashion choices. Christ, Dave, it sounds like you're about to kiss your mother just to prove me wrong. First of all, Roxy's not my mother.
Sorry, I was laughing at Dirk be like Jake Dick, and in my mind, I thought that seemed like the funniest thing. For a moment, for a brief span of time, of everything to have crossed my mind, I thought for a moment that was the funniest thing I've ever heard, and almost like Pickle Rick in a way.
You're a meshy. First of all, Roxy's not my mother anymore. Wait, Roxy, did we actually decide on the protocol on what I'm supposed to call you? I really have no comprehension of the etiquette here, because you're technically my bio mom, but it's not as if I literally came out of your vagina or anything. And well, considering what's going down right now, I'm not too attached to the sanctity of Dirk being my dad. You can formally replace him as my daddy right now if you want. Wow, the woke master is on fucking fire, folks. He'll be here all night. Oh, STFU. What is your problem? Why are you acting like this? Acting like what? Like a huge belligerent dickhead. Are you craving attention? Is that it? Did I get you hooked? What the fuck are you talking about? Damn. I see how it is. You got one hot hit of sincerity from your fresh boy Dave, and now you're itching in your pants every second you go without it. You know, if you want to hold my hand or some shit, you can just do it. I have no desire to do that at all. Come on, our relationship doesn't have to be ludicrous, unending performance of emotional constipation anymore. We got character developed, bitch. Come here. What the fuck are you doing? Get away from me. No. Christ, you're like a flighted little muskrat. Stop squirming. Get your hands off me, you smelly bag of shit. I hate you. No way. No, you don't. You love me. We're gonna be together forever. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. And I'm gonna profess my undying love to you in the form of a kiss. No.
For all the vigor of his oral protests, Karkat does not offer sufficient physical objection to prevent Dave from successfully planting a kiss on his cheek. The gesture causes Karkat to deflate instantly. He goes limp in Dave's arms, eyes wide. Dave is no longer so sure of his ability to freely engage in public displays of affection. Suddenly very self-conscious, he pulls back, leaving a significant foot of distance between himself and Karkat once they've collected themselves. Dave awkwardly clears his throat. Karkat wipes off his cheek. Both are looking off in opposite directions.
You boys are cute. Hey, can you just forget you saw that? Thanks.
Thank you.
For what?
For doing something that turned that steaming dog shit fired up in incest conversation is something that just made me feel very happy, if only for a fleeting moment in these dark AF times.
Don't mention it.
Kanaya returns to the seating area and hands Roxy his phone.
If Jane is to be trusted, apparently, she didn't even know Dirk was gone. She doesn't know where he might be headed either. Or she won't tell us.
Well, shit. I'm so fucking surprised. All right, then what do we do?
I don't know.
Hey, does anyone know where the hell John is?
Oh yeah, good question. Wasn't he on some mission? Whatever happened with that? That was a Rose thing. You're a meshy, that was a Rose thing. She was cagey as fuck about it. And now she's gone, so we can't even ask her. So, damn. He's not answering his phone.
Yeah, I've tried to.
Oh yeah, I forgot. John would solve our whole problem, wouldn't he? Just zap us all right into Dirk's shit with his retcon powers. That's how that works, right?
Maybe. I think he should be here regardless and catch up with the situation. Getting kind of worried about him.
Yeah.
I ran into Terezi the other day, and she hadn't seen him either.
Oh shit, Terezi's back? What?
Oh yeah, I didn't mention cause I guess I just thought you'd know. I assumed she would have got in touch.
Nope. Nobody ever fucking tells us anything. It seems like kind of a gigantic fucking deal that Terezi came back to Earth. Kanaya, did you know about this?
Yes,
I also assumed you knew.
Huh. Sorry, I'm just like coming to like the idea of Terezi Carcat, Terezi Dave, and like their thing now. It's
I'm giving her a call to see if she knows anything about all this, and she's not picking up either.
what the fuck is even going on anymore?
There is a moment of silence. Though no one in the room is conscious of the fact, it serves to honor their departed friend. The heir will not be able to help guide them to the prince. If they ever wish to see John again, be it his cadaver or otherwise, they will need another means of following the ship, a different guide altogether. By stated principle, I cannot intervene through the same compromising methods of my nemesis. But if I were to fall back to a state so passive as to offer no assistance at all, it would be at odds with my sworn duty as protector of corporeal life. They will have their guidance, but my instructions will be minimal. So long as they remain in my conduit's presence, they will know the way forward.
What the fuck is Jade doing? Huh? That's creepy, right? Tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that's creepy.
Yeah, it's a bit spooky. That's how it is when she gets like this.
What is she pointing at?
Jade has raised her right hand and is pointing upward at an angle of about 45 degrees, seemingly in a random direction, but it's far from random.
Oh, I think I know what's up. She's trying to say there's something important over that way. Is that right, Jade? Can you hear me?
Dave walks over and kneels in front of her chair. He looks closely at her. Her face, though still expressionless, strikes him as serious and tense.
Jade, is it John? John's that way, right? You want us to go in that direction to find John? Is that it, Jade? Come on. What is it, girl? Tell me.
OMG, Dave, you're treating her like a dog.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I fucking suck. But she is a dog, okay? A doggy girl who's trying to tell us something. Just let me do my thing here. Jade, give me a little yelp if John's that way, and we should go after him. Just a little woof. If John's in danger, yip twice, please.
Dave, shh.
He leans in closer and studies her face carefully. It hasn't changed.
Maybe it's not John that way. Maybe it's... Jade, is it? Is that where Dirk went?
It's barely noticeable, but Dave picks up on it. Her face relaxes slightly.
That's it. That's the way Dirk went, and she wants us to follow. Okay, well, but what about John? Is John safe?
She doesn't move.
Is John... Does he have anything to do with what's going on? What about Terezi? Is John with them? Jade, is John on the ship with Dirk and Rose?
Slowly, she lowers her arm and places her hand back on her lap.
What the fuck did that mean? I think it means I'm right. Don't ask me how I know, but I think I got the answers out of her we need. Dirk and Rose are on a ship heading that way. And for some fucking reason, John's along for the ride. We need to settle the fuck up. And wherever we go, I think we're going to need to bring Jade along. Right.
Carcat springs to his feet and easily resumes his well-practiced posture of leadership.
Kanaya, get Jake English on the phone.
Okay. Why?
Because we need to borrow one of his ships. We're going to get your fucking wife back.
He nods. Kanaya nods back. Roxy nods too. Dave does not realize they are all supposed to be nodding in determination and solidarity until Carcat nudges him. Then he nods too. They resolve to travel to Jake's mansion immediately, and to embark on their new adventure shortly thereafter. They will believe they are on a quest to retrieve a wife and rescue a friend, but they will discover their true mission is of much greater cosmic significance than they imagined. The seer is firmly in the thrall of the prince
and will not be easily pried away. And as regards the heir, though resuscitation remains a theoretical possibility for those still striving for it, the truth of his role is it has reached a greater sense of narrative finality than any of his allies will bring themselves to admit. His influence over canon has come to an end, as has this particular story. His ultimate sacrifice was made to put the missing keystone in place and avert the supreme dissipation of all that should be considered to hold truth, relevance, and essentiality. As for me, I will be there whenever they go, so long as my conduit remains alive, alert, and present, but only as a guide, with the lightest possible touch, and only to block the insidious mandates of the prince from within his sphere of influence. The rest of my presence can be simply reduced to a string of words, a recorded stream of ideation with a particular texture and cadence. But aside from that, there is nothing that should be considered remarkable about its source. One speaker can easily be swapped for another, and then another, under the right circumstances. Speakers can duel, predominate, over-assert, or fall back, as one does into the comforting blanket of space. And until I am needed again, this is exactly what I will do. I leave all who inhabit this reality with a recorded stream that is colorless, sourceless, and quietly divested of accountability. For if I were to insist upon anything else, could I really be considered worthy of protecting the very cosmos I describe? Farewell.
Huh. Postscript. Oh my god. Ah. Okay. Okay. This seems familiar. Like this exact thing. I don't. Okay. Postscript. Elsewhere, below the horizon, the distant sounds of war above the canopy of a forest. The artillery fire fades to a series of muted knocks and thuds as the sound waves cross beyond a thinning patch of the forest and arrive in a clearing of grass and shrubbery. Okay, so this is like candies then, right? Above the sky is dramatic, colorful, menacing. The way it looks when a storm is coming. The clouds are wild, whipped into a sort of spatial frenzy, as if they know what's imminent is no earthly phenomena. Aradia stands in the field, her mouth gaping wide, but not at the sky. It's unusual she isn't grinning, and she slowly corrects this. She smiles brightly at the girl, crouching on the ground 10 paces before her. Aradia's never seen anything like what she just saw this girl do. Jade was 16 years old when she showed up, and she doesn't look a day older now, though many hundreds of days have passed. There's a hole piercing the space symbol on her shirt, but no sign of whatever it was that made it. Her legs are covered by the same striped tights as usual, but her feet are shoeless. Her knees are pressed into the mud of the field, and her hand braced against the ground to support her hunched figure. She's covered in blood almost from head to toe, fresh blood and viscera? By Sarah? Sarah? I'm looking this one up. This one. It's on like my tip of my like viscera. Viscera. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Surrounded her in an uneven ring on the field. It soaks her clothes, coats her skin, still gleaming and wet, running slowly down her limbs and face, dripping from her mouth
glasses, and the tip of her nose. Her hair is matted, savage looking, filthy. She looks up. Behind the rim of her glasses, her wide eyes are solid black. Her lips are parted, revealing her canine fangs. The meat she's chewing is stubborn, raw, full of gristle, almost supernaturally tough. But she is a determined beast of prey. She swallows once, hard. The last bit of her meal slides down her throat. The deed is finished. She stands up and closes her eyes. An aura of darkness gathers around her. The blood begins to dissolve, as if being absorbed into her skin. She makes two fists, plants her feet firmly, and releases an otherworldly howl. A shockwave emanates from her body, knocking Aradia down. It rushes outward, blowing the surrounding trees back as if they are weathering hurricane force winds. In a moment, calm is restored. She opens her perfectly black eyes again. Aradia staggers back to her feet and brushes herself off. I take everything went as you hoped. Jade looks down at her hands as if they belong to an alien. She can feel it now. Abilities have been awakened inside her that no being has ever commanded before. She raises her hands and looks up at the sky. Above her, an immense vortex opens. It swirls many miles upward into blackness, and the lightning crackles within. Jade does nothing for a while. She seems to simply study the construct she's summoned, this great occult trumpet beckoning her into its abyss. Her face is expressionless. Her glasses flash white as they reflect the light that arcs sporadically inside the wormhole. Well, aren't you going in? Was that the idea, or did I not? Jade silently holds up a hand, as if telling her to wait. Aradia closes her mouth, looking embarrassed. Nearby, a red haze gathers in the air. It condenses into concentric rings and spheres of ruby light. The luminous shape of a man fades in the center of the special effect. When the light subsides, Aradia notices the man is made of polished metal. She recognizes the gear symbol on his chest, identical to her own. She also recognizes sunglasses the robot is wearing. She knows who this is. Fuck, I missed it. Dave's a robot? God, I missed so much. Well, Dave became a robot after talking to the Obama. Dave? Sup? 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 He's a robot now. Do robots talk different? Would a robot talk different? No, a robot wouldn't talk different. Sup? He doesn't look in Aradia's direction. His eyes, glowing bright enough to be visible behind his shades, are fixed on Jade. He looks her up and down. She's still so young. He knew this Jade many years ago. But by this point, their paths have diverged in ways that he couldn't begin to describe even if he wanted to. So we doing this? Jade says nothing and looks up into the wormhole again. She begins to levitate, gradually picking up speed. Without looking back, she rockets into the vortex, vanishing into the darkness. Davebot turns to Aradia. How about you? Want to come along? I guess so. I'm really not sure what's going on here. To be honest, the plan wasn't discussed much. That's what we're doing now. Discussion of the plan. What about your boy, Eye Patches? Oh, Silix is in one of his moods. This was all getting to be a bit much for him. If I go, I'll probably just cut him loose. Good move. His gaze remains fixed on her. She blinks and looks away, unsure what to say next. He's standing perfectly still, presumably waiting for her to say something. She met him, what was it, once, twice before? She can't remember, but she knows this is a very different Dave. Aside from the metal skin, he seems implacably confident. But then, people go through changes. She's been through more than her share. She cocks an eyebrow, recalling her own stint with a metal body. You're a meshy. Hey, Earth, to what's your face? Oh, it's Aradia. I know. So that's a yes then. What?
You're coming. Better decide quick. I doubt that dank fucking hell funnel is staying open for much longer.
Yes, yes, I suppose. That's where all the action is, right?
All the action that matters? Yeah.
Off we go then.
Word.
Okay. He holds out his hand. She looks around and assumes he means for her to take it. So she does. She didn't know someone could fly this fast. He nearly yanks her arm out of its socket. She considers reminding him that maybe this isn't necessary since she can fly too. But she doesn't want to risk saying more embarrassing stuff around this outrageously cool dude. Besides, they're through the wormhole before she can even finish the thought. It vanishes the moment they've crossed. The hole leaves behind an absence in the sky, so calm that the continuing to call it the sky wouldn't seem to do it justice. It is a perfectly neutral expanse into which anything one can imagine might be summoned, and for a while, anything was, but not anymore. Where the hole gaped just moments ago, there now exists an imaginary line. Above this line resides all that matters. Below exists all else. Never again the twain shall meet. Oh, that's it. That's the epilogues. Okay. Uh, hmm. Hmm. That was yeah. I was entertained. I don't know if I like it though. Hmm. I don't know if I'm supposed to like it, I guess, to be honest. I have to. Yeah. Uh, I think that is surprising too, actually. I think candy I like candy quite a bit more than meat, actually. Shredded. Um, yeah. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I got a message. Interesting. Oh my god. That's kinda interesting. I just got like a message on Discord. They said they'd like tell me something once I finished about something. Okay. Huh. Makes sense. Makes sense for the name. Yeah. Okay. It is one of those batshit things I also said though. Uh, maybe batshit's the wrong term to use, but it is one of those things I've said that's kind of like out there. This message. I'll save that for a different time. Uh, let's do that. Glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if I'd say I liked it though. Don't know if I say I liked it. Like hmm. I, hmm. Like I can say I liked Homestuck. I don't know if I like. Well, these are a great or they're set up. I think they're great in a vacuum without beyond canon. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, this feels like he was just kind of. I assume he was kind of like clocked out of a lot of stuff by this point. I like the language used in this one a lot better. Like how things were written out. Fuck, even kind of how characters talked in certain points. Um, sometimes they weren't as like funny actually.
Well, the first time I've consumed all of meat, and it was fine. Hmm. Huh. The epilogues are quite unfunny. They have some moments that are quite funny, though. It's like a. They don't have that. I don't. I want to. I'm like leaning towards the term like childish, but that's not what I want to say. Is it silliness? Lacking certain sillinesses from Homestuck. It's missing the cartoon. It's missing the cartoon aspect, I guess. Uh Is it though? Huh. Yeah. I mean, it's literally missing the cartoon aspect of Homestuck, right? Because there's no like pictures. Which I actually think was like a nice change of pace. Okay. It understands it needs to be more drama than comedy, and I think it can't be most of a comedy without panels. You suppose what Beyond Canon has panels. I assume Beyond Canon has panels. It is because that one's considered a web comic again. It's not a prose fan fiction, right? In the prose format, so it's all words. Huh. A lot of the comedy in this does come from the drama. It feels like, oh my god, I'm trying to like, fuck, maybe I'm just like upset on how they made characters turn out. I like them, but I also like that they were more serious than the original Homestuck. I don't know. I think it's really tragic that no matter what John does, he's either dead or sad reconnecting with his son. Candy John's journey is so fascinating. I love it. I really like Candy John. Candy John. So at the end of Homestuck, towards like probably I don't know if I want to say the second half, but was it the second half? Maybe it was longer than that. There's a certain part where I stopped like liking John as much. And I kind of like what they do with Candy Homestuck, Candy John. It made me like him again, like kind of as much as I did, a little bit. Maybe not as much as I did at the start. I really fucked with John at the start. Was it John after the time skip? It was where he hates Con Air. Fuck. It was technically before that, but that's a better spot to say. Cause who hates Con Air like that after so many years of loving the Nick Cage? Fuck. I actually rewatched Con Air because of Homestuck. Like I genuinely did. Oh. Meet John is what Calburn wants John's arc to be. Which track, since that's canon? Just curious. When did you stop enjoying Ston and stuff? It's I didn't like write down when I did. It's not that I stopped like. Maybe that's the wrong way to say it. He became less likable. No, I didn't identify with the man as much as maybe the better term. Oh, this mouse is loud. Sorry, I bought a new mouse. That might be I probably do have it like written down somewhere. I have the messiest note system possible. I create a new Google Doc, do not name the Google Doc, and I just start typing, and then I never go back to it. I have it's that Google Sheets, not Google Sheets, that or Google Slides, or Canva whiteboard. Canva whiteboard, it's too good. It's too good actually for the free tier. I hope that our Dirk is still in there somewhere, but I don't know how Ultimate Self works. He had to make himself the villain to keep having a story of heroes versus villains to exist. He needs to be sad so he can be more relatable. Reminds me of how people responded to Finn's arc in Adventure Time. They've got similarities. Shit, I actually stopped I stopped enjoying Adventure Time at one point when I was younger because of the direction the show went. This is when I was like really young. I've rewatched the show up to a certain point. I actually wasn't a fan of like what they were doing with some things. I can't remember that because that was probably over a decade ago. I mean, I watched Adventure Time when it was coming out. When I was a really young kid, and onk, onk. Tragic truth is that this is our Dirk. Tragic truth is that this is what I don't know, I feel like this just makes everyone more one dimensional, I guess, just to fucking give the idea of like, oh hey, let's keep going. And yeah, I guess sad what Alt Dirk said. John really isn't all that special as a character. He's a nerdy dude, but he just stumbles into being untethered from canon with the Homestuck photo. It's the only Dirk, so it has to be our Dirk. John isn't that special, which is what makes him the protagonist. Oh, is my I thought my Discord was broken for a second. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. He just has to be some guy. John is special in your heart, and then just John is special in other ways too. Oh yeah, did you notice that Meet John's the only one referred to as you? Was it? Someone mentioned it was. Was it? Was it that, or was it Dirk? Uh, was Dirk also mentioned as you, or was that just Candy? That was just Candy, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that one was Candy. Okay, I didn't catch up on the other thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, no, Vriska was mentioned at one point. Then it would be her too, huh? Hmm. I am. Let me, John. Still taking this in Teresa's pocket. Whatever she's got planned. I. This Dirk needs to be to issue Homestuck style commands. You remember now. Hmm. No one is being you. No command. So I gotta I gotta live with these characters here in this. That hurts me. Hmm. Every single page in Candy Dirk is you. The page where he climbs the tower and he goes for a nice little jump. A little jump. Semi reminiscent of Tavros's little jump. If Tavros wasn't forcibly made to jump. But other than that, it's pretty similar. Pretty similar. The Dirk is you. Hmm. I feel like the epilogues are fun, but I don't know if can I say I liked them. I can say I liked them. I can say I think it's better to say I like them, but I disagree with where they took the characters. Even though I mean, yeah, sure, no happy ending, right? It's like, oh, they were just kids. Hey, let's get into this. It's him, so that's interesting. Uh, Barack Obama was a good pick. Only one happy ending, and that's Act 7. I'm being called out, being on Discord, and they're saying this guy is just upset that Dirk and Jane are losers. They might be onto something. That person who sent that message might be onto something with my thoughts. Except in a somewhat of a separate thing, but I would assume the Beyond Canon, when Beyond Canon ends, it will be happy. When Beyond Canon ends, it's Beyond Canon's gonna get. I bet it's just gonna get like a nothing ending, like nothing happens. There's just no ending. It's just gonna be over. The epilogues are what happens when someone, Dirk, keeps making story happen. He's scared for his friends to not exist after Homestuck ends, so he needs more plot, more meats. But for that to happen, you can fucking, you know, fucking. There's actually, I mean, like, it's probably a bunch of ways, right? But you gotta have the story continue with you, right, in an interesting way. God, I don't want to like that happen. He has to be the villain. Anyone could have been the villain. Why'd that be my boy Dirk? Why'd Dirk have to do that to me? John needs to be able to go back to canon, but that gives him a choice in the matter. One where Dirk has full control, and one where Dirk never gets it. So he says. The only for there to be no ending is for there to be no villain. I mean, remember, be careful, guys. Don't talk about anything but on canon. Only way there to be an ending. The only way for there to be an ending is there to be no villain. I mean, maybe. I mean, fuck. I feel like. It's like, you don't need things to happen. Oh, you do need things to happen, but you don't need to be an individual. But they're separate things by separate people. Hmm. Okay. So, well, let me just mention and wait. How far is Beyond? How many pages are in Beyond Canon so far? How many pages? Beyond Canon Homestuck, like 1,000. Okay, around 1,000. Okay. That would be fun to go back. Just want to see what's going on with that. My understanding is it goes back and forth or something at one point between people actually in the show running, or is this called show running? Oh, in the lead, team lead, or is it still just the same person? Has it always been? I thought it like went back and forth at one point, or at least went to someone else at one point. The creative team has changed. Yeah. Okay. From the original team. Okay. How long is Pester Quest now? And the one in charge, that's some sort of a misdemeanor. It's collaborative. Yeah, Homestuck Squared was originally the continuation, but it was switched at like page 400 or something for a new team for Beyond Canon as its new title. So it's collaborative among like a writing team or among like everybody. Or is it like a little group, large group? Always the title. Hmm. If I hit this button, it'll make a noise. It won't. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how long it will take me to get back into the Beyond Canon part. Because I wanted to play through Pester Quest. And hope, man, Pester Quest can't be that long. Pester Quest is long. Oh, okay. Okay. I want to get through this. And then Cyclonials. That is my goal before getting into the continuation of it, I guess, of Homestuck, right? And the Beyond Canon comic. What? Yeah. Calling it Homestuck 2, which it's not. That was the main reason. Where's the gusto in the team? No. I got the wrong poster up for this thing. I need like the real one up there. Tumblr. Tumblr.com. Yeah, tumblr.com. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, it's the thing all over my screen right now that you can see. Oh, I don't even got a worry actually. Never mind. Wow, I was worried that like this would be closer than I was for this little thing. Let me bring this TV back in. Let me zoom back in. Yeah, I thought this would be closer than it is. I don't know what the plan should be. Have you read Suburb Done Quick? I have not read Suburb Done Quick. But so we gotta vote my boy Bettle here. Who the fuck is Hugh Morris? As implied, it's done quick. Where's Suburb TAS? Where's Suburb Done Quick TAS edition at? That's what I need. Fucking tool assisted speed run. That probably is a thing. Actually, Suburb Done Quick is probably that. I think Precipice Spoil is a small thing for Beyond Canon, but it may be not substantial enough to be like foreshadowing, like mentioning Lord Anderson intermission, kind of foreshadowing. Oh, okay. Well, I'll find out. Suburb TAS. There is a thing. Okay. I guess, yeah. Tomodachi Life official. TAS is much longer. Interesting. Okay. Oh no, there's Suburb Done Quick and TAS. Yeah, okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay. I'm kind of fucking with the Croaker. Kind of fucking with this guy a little bit. Hugh Morris is a Tomodachi Life character Nintendo made to put in the trailer. Oh. Damn. Something like kind of mesmerizing about this guy, the Muppet Joker. Something about that smile. Oh, those like big, beautiful eyes. The croaker was a good bit. I'm just staring at this thing. I'll move that. Let's get that out of here now. I can't stare at the croaker too long. Okay. But did I like the epilogues? Yes, I like them. Maybe like butt hurt's the right term to use for how they like do certain things in it. Maybe that's the better term to think of. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. Okay, but tis the ending time. But let me say, OMG, does Calaventure's Ascent want to say anything?
How about that? Kanaya Miriam, am I right?
Kanaya Miriam, more like Kanaya Divorcium. Thank you. Okay. I think the way I would word is I like them, but I didn't enjoy them. Like I was compelled and liked the story, but man, seeing John get so fucking sad was getting so fucked up was sad. See, I don't think John got fucked up enough in this story. Miriam is good. Was typing the same joke. LOL. John got off too easy, no matter how I look at it. God. Maybe. But top 20 for sure. She's up on that top 50 of Homestuck characters, I assume. She is actually one of my favorite characters in Homestuck, genuinely, but I now must end. So I guess next week's I guess this Sunday I'll be starting Pester Quest. Yeah, this Sunday I'll start Pester Quest. Depending on how long it is, I have to look into that a little bit. And if it is quite long, I will definitely have to do that two times a day, 2 times a week. Whoa. Yeah. So that'll happen. Then Friday I'll be continuing my fun little journey through Vast Air. I'm really enjoying Vast Air so far. I like it. I like it in general. My boy Arcjet. That's me for real. Damn. Well, he did pound the dirt crying into the sky because he thought Terezi died in the back seat, but it was really just the result of an him getting busy with her. I mean, we've all been there, Rockle. We've all been there. Who hasn't been there, They wanted out of Pester Quest is a Caliburn episode, but there isn't one. Damn. There's so many characters in Homestuck. Huh. Okay. But yeah. I'll be here Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday, yeah. Realize Candy John. He never scored with Terezi. John scored with probably like
Probably something better. I guess I don't. Damn. Meet John was real for that though, for like how that whole situation went down. He does it the right way. I mean, that's how it should be at the end of things. If it's not if it's not messy in that way, what's the point of it all? This is like the 75% the word count of friend sim. Okay. I'll have to look back on how long it took me to do friend sim. Damn, wait. Maybe I can't wait. It's gonna be longer than I maybe anticipated, but yeah. But this is the end for realsies though. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out, listening to me struggle saying some words, and joined by Gathener's Ascent for doing the Kanaya, Calliope, Calliope, and was that it? In this stream? That is just in general? I'm losing my mind a little bit. Losing my mind a tad bit. Gerbo Tactician couldn't make it here for this one, but they were doing Dirk throughout this comic, throughout the epilogue meet reading. So they end up reading most of the orange text. This is my first time doing the orange text. And Dirk. Dirk hurts me. Dirk hurts me. Why not just floating out there getting impaled with a girl that I hate crush on for years? What? Yeah. Bye.